Hello and welcome. The original plan was to romance all of the NPCs and then make this tier list. I've romanced so many NPCs at this point, I'm just gonna make the tier list. It's fine. I have mostly a sense, and there's like a row right here for the ones I haven't romanced. For what it's worth, I put 130 hours into the game by now, so it's been enough time where I'm just like, am I gonna force myself to play 200 hours of this game just so I can make this tier list and feel valid about it? No, I'm just gonna tell you which ones I haven't done, and I've tier listed the important ones. Yeah, so we're just gonna go into it. Let's look at the categories real quick. So, marriage material, that one is obvious. Mostly lovable is like, I played through their romance and there was just one time where I was like, oh god, that was really annoying. I liked them once as I played through their romance, and there was one time where I was like, oh, that's nice. Failed potential is like, they're a good character, but they didn't have the arc. They didn't have the satisfying character growth. Not worth the ring. They're not really worth marrying. What's the point? Big F, they kind of got messed up. Their character was all over the place, and they didn't make any sense. And haven't romanced is self-explanatory, right? So we'll just go through these one by one. Anne, I haven't romanced. Catherine, I haven't romanced. Claude, I haven't romanced. Sorry. Darius, I have romanced. And where is he going? He's going into failed potential. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I'm going to try not to put explicit spoilers in here, right? Because I've made videos on the ones who I've romanced. You can go back and see like my full thoughts on them if you really care that much. All I'm gonna say is that Darius, I see why people like him. I feel like he has a lot more appeal than some of the others, but his arc doesn't fit him at all. Not at all. So, sorry, he gets failed potential. Donovan's the hardest for me because his character, like his date language doesn't match up to his character. I feel like he was a good idea, poorly executed. Okay, he goes and I liked them once. I do think Donovan has like potential. I feel like he had some good moments. I also feel like they did him dirty. They didn't give him the kind of character consistency he needed. Iris also failed potential. Iris has a good idea behind her, but it wasn't executed well. I liked Iris quite a bit because I felt like there's like so much opportunity. There's like such a clear path for character development and for making her satisfying, and they just kind of fell flat on it, which I think is going to be a lot of these. June, not worth the ring. Listen, June is fine. June is a straightforward character. June is cool. June is one-dimensional. He doesn't change. He doesn't have any problems. He's just a soft boy. If you just want a soft boy, June is great. But there's nothing there. I don't know. Kai is marriage material. I don't know what to tell you. Kai has so much going on with him, but he didn't have any significant flaws. There wasn't anything in his romance where, with like many of the others, you'll find there were heinous crimes being committed in narrative history. I have no authority on storytelling, by the way. I'm just a person who likes to play games. But Kai had really good dialogue cycles. Every dialogue cycle is significant and speaks to his character. He had really cool dates, and he's romantic, so he's marriage material. Yeah, I'll give him that one. Kitty, haven't romanced. Liam, haven't romanced. There's so many RNPCs. Listen, I've done a lot of romancing. It's just so hard to do all of it. Lucia, I've done part of her romance and then read through some of the other stuff. Lucia's also failed potential. I listen, okay? Lucia is the only character, not the only character. Kai is also extroverted and talks about other people, and I appreciate him for that. Lucia is kind of the only other character who's like very concerned with everyone else. However, here's what pisses me off about Lucia. Whenever she's like, oh, you know what, I'm just like screwing myself over for the town, it is a positive response to be like, you should continue doing that. That sounds really fun. It is a negative response to be like, hey, don't you think you should take a moment for yourself? And I feel like there's so much opportunity there to be like, hey, Lucia, I know it's super fun to like just expend your energy for everyone else and to take care of everyone else. I know you love that and you should do that. However, like, I want to make life easier for you. I want you to take care of yourself or something like that. It's just like, I feel like there was an opportunity there that was not taken for you and Lucia to learn to care for each other in that way. And from what I read, it didn't seem like that was happening. That's all. I don't know. I didn't do Lucia's romance as in-depth as I did everyone else's, so that's kind of a grain of salt categorization right there. Lynn, no. Nathaniel, no. But the rest of these I have done. Vaughn, don't be mad. I'm sorry. Vaughn is 10 characters in one. You can't convince me that Vaughn is good. Vaughn had some really good stuff at the very end, but the rest of his character is a mess. It's a mess. I don't know what to tell you. Like, he has no straightforward personality. He's just everyone and no one. His appeal is to be a flirt. And that's the only appeal that I've found. I know a lot of people love him because he is a flirt, and I respect that, but character-wise, he's a mess. He's a big mess. Vivi, top the list. Vivi's the best. Why? Because, listen, I can't even put it into words. Vivi doesn't necessarily have character growth, but she does have a very satisfying, playful hate to affectionate love change in her story, and I respect that. I think Vivi is just the most fun character. I can't put it into words. I'm sorry. Vivi's just the best. She's really good. Wesley, mostly lovable. Wesley is good. His dates and his dialogue cycles are good. At the end, I just wish he was more loving at the end. I just wish he was a little bit more romantic at the end. That's all, okay? Wernhardt, he was the first one I romanced, so I don't remember his romance super well. Unfortunately, Wernhardt is kind of here. He's going in big F. Listen, there's a couple reasons for this. Okay, one is that he has a weight comment during the marriage cycles, and that pisses me off. Another one is that he's like, just, his dialogue is kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. He just has like certain comments that are like, it's like similar to Lucia in that it's like, I'm caring so much for other people and I don't care enough for myself. And then when you try to be like, yeah, but don't you think it would be nice to have time just you and I? He'd be like, yeah, but no, I don't really want that. And you're like, what? I feel like this marriage is not a marriage. I don't know how to describe it. I just don't think Wernhardt's very good. And then Zyla goes in mostly lovable. I feel like she could move up, but there was a little bit of a confusion that happened in her second hangout that I think needs to be addressed. I just need a clearer sense on her character. That's all. Looking at this is an accurate representation of my feelings at this time. Keep in mind that I am just a person who just plays the game. I have no authority on these. It's simply my opinion, but I will leave the link below if you would like to make your own tier list. I know that I do not agree with the masses on this. So from what I've seen, like most people would put Darius, Donovan, and June, and Vaughn at the top. Definitely more critical. These RNPCs, I just want them to have like a very consistent character that grows throughout the romance. That's what I'm looking for. So these 4 are like kings and queens of consistent character, right? So that's why they're at the top. The ones right here are like, they have such a good story, but their character wasn't consistent. And the ones down here is like, they didn't even try to be cool. So that's kind of my general characterization. But go ahead, do this tier list for yourself. You can disagree with me, that's fine. You can argue with me, I don't care. I will have hurt feelings over it, but I'll get over it. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your morning, day, evening, whatever it is you're having. I hope it's lovely, and thank you for watching. Bye, y'all.